15, 20 years ago, cover letters were a given. You were not going to make it to the next stage in the interview process unless your resume was accompanied by a cover letter. But today, things are different. There's not a lot of support out there in the industry anymore for cover letters. And what I mean by that is there's not a lot of support by HR professionals, recruiters, hiring managers, career coaches. The reason why is recruiters have gone on record to say they simply no longer have the time to be reading cover letters. And this makes sense with hundreds of resumes coming in for just one job opening at a small to mid-sized company. Can understand why they don't have a lot of time to be reading those. And when you think of places like Google, where over 20,000 resumes are coming in every single week, not a month, not a year, weekly, well, those resumes are just not even being read at all. They're being uploaded directly into an applicant tracking system. But with that said, I am one of the few career coaches out there that advocate cover letters, and I do believe in them because, let's take that 20 or 30% that do appreciate the cover letters or that may take the time to read them. Well, I want you to be prepared. But I say this with some conditions. Number one, you got to keep your cover letter short and to the point. And number two, if recruiters are going on record of saying all the cover letters say the same thing, read the same way, I want to make sure that yours is different. And in doing so, let's start out with the basics. The subject line. At the very minimum, your subject line should say the position that you are applying for. But you want to take it one step further. You want to be ahead of the competition. Make that subject line clever, curiosity building. Because remember what I said in the beginning of this video, 80% of recruiters and hiring managers will never read past that subject line. So you need to get them past that point. Next, your salutation. If you don't know who it is you're writing that cover letter to, don't even send it. Don't send it if you're going to be writing to whom it may concern or, dear hiring manager. Do some research. Go out on LinkedIn. See if you can find out who it is that is going to be reading this cover letter. It's pretty easy to do if you know some secrets and strategies. Second, the first paragraph. You want to make it why you are applying for this job. Why for this company? Why for this particular company? What is it about this company that has drawn you to send your resume in? Keep in mind, companies love to be loved. So there's probably something about this company, maybe it's their mission statement, maybe it's in the job description itself that just really resonates with you. That first paragraph needs to address that. The second paragraph, what is it that you can bring to the organization, to this position, that will address their pain points? And again, oftentimes you'll find this either by reviewing the company website or the job description specifically, which means that you really need to read this job description. And by the way, you can do this through either a paragraph or even some bullet points. So my accomplishments include, and make sure those accomplishment statements are in direct relationship to the job description itself. And here's another important point. Don't duplicate what's on your resume. A lot of people think that it's going to be the cover letter that's read first, but it's not. It's the resume that's going to be read first. So if somebody's interested in your resume, they have it, then they're going to look at the cover letter. Okay, it's not the reverse. They're not going to read your cover letter and say, oh, let me look at the resume, because remember, there's only a limited amount of time, so they're going to be looking at the resume first. So when they get to the cover letter, if they do, you don't want to be repeating what's on your resume. And that last paragraph, it needs to be a call to action statement. Something like, I look forward to meeting you in person where I can further discuss how my skills and accomplishments can benefit your department. Something like that. So you're probably noticing by now that a cover letter is not a one-size-fits-all. You need to customize it for every position that you're applying for. If you're not going to do that, then I would say don't even bother sending one out. This also means that you don't really need to be spending money for a professional resume writer to write your cover letter, because again, It's not one size fits all. You need to customize it. So I hope you found this video useful and informative, and if so, please make sure that you subscribe, as I do upload a new career strategy every Tuesday. And also, if you are in the process of interviewing, I do have a free download in the notes below. The top 5 interview questions that any hiring manager wants to know about you, and some best practices on how to answer those questions. So thank you for stopping by, and I will see you in the next video.